What's going on, everyone? So I'm kind of going through the players and the effect that JJ Redick as the new head coach can have on the players, right? And kind of keeping it within JJ Redick specific. I'll do full like player breakdowns and all that stuff, the ins and outs. I'm gonna do that over on As It Stands Lakers, where I kind of want to go and kind of have things different because I know a lot of you are subscribed here as well as over there, and so to kind of keep it fresh. I wanted to kind of do something different, do something creative, and go, hey, like, here's how JJ Redick is really going to impact the players on the team. So, kind of going through the list of all the players, and then I will just do individual players, just solely players, and their breakdowns and opinions over on As It Stands Lakers about the next week or so. I just want to kind of make sure nothing crazy happens before then. But let's dive into Anthony Davis, right? Still have a lot of other role players and stuff, but let's throw in one of the stars and kind of break him down and the impact that JJ Redick could have on Anthony Davis. Now, the immediate, obvious, like, please type of impact is JJ Redick utilizing Anthony Davis and upping his usage rate, particularly in the fourth quarter. How many games did the Lakers have where Anthony Davis would have like 30 through three quarters and then not even touch the basketball in the fourth? I mean, Darvin Ham himself on several occasions came out and said in interviews, it's on tape, you can watch it, where he's like, yeah, his idiot coach just didn't get him the basketball, but don't worry, that'll change. And it never changed, ever. Never changed. Anthony Davis did not touch the ball. Your best play, I mean, there were games where he was unstoppable, like completely dominant, and we lost because he never touched the basketball in the fourth. Now, look, that's not all on coaching, right? It's a big part of it is on coaching, but it is on all sides, right? It's coaching, it's Anthony Davis being assertive and vocalizing and establishing position and going, no, give me the basketball. Stop going that way. Give me the basketball. This is my team. It's my basketball. Give me the basketball, right? Anthony Davis needs to assert himself. Coaching, Anthony Davis assertiveness, but also whoever is the primary ball handler, right? LeBron James has repeatedly talked about how this is Anthony Davis's team and Anthony Davis is the number one option on stuff. And then we see in the fourth quarter, he won't even pass the ball to Anthony Davis, right? Like, again, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, whoever's in the game that's primarily handling the basketball, it is up to them to get Anthony Davis the basketball. So it is, think of a pie, right? It is one slice Anthony Davis, one slice the ball handlers, one slice LeBron, because again, he's the guy, and he's preaching that it's Anthony Davis' team. Well, then give the ball to the best player, right? And then it's one slice of the coaching. But it's also on your coach to recognize and get on your players and your ball handlers to get Anthony Davis the basketball, right? So it's, hey, you guys keep overlooking Anthony Davis and he's wide open, get him the basketball, or draw up some plays, or do something to get your best player the basketball. I believe JJ Redick is going to do a much better job of utilizing Anthony Davis. JJ Redick has spoken about how he needs and wants to see the offense run through Anthony Davis more. That Anthony Davis is supposed to be the first point of contact in the offense, which is great. That's fine. Anthony Davis is one of the best players in the game. Talk about a top 10 player. If he plays the way he did towards the end of the season and in the Olympics, I mean, he might be top 5 player. I mean, he has the talent. He has the skills. He should be undoubtedly the best player in the league. Right? I mean, he can do everything. Literally everything. And he's 6'10", right? Like, the guy can literally, he can shoot, he can pass, he can dominate the defense side of things, he can dominate offensively, right? My hope is that JJ Redick really does utilize him as the focal point. Now, it doesn't mean that he's going to get the ball and touch the ball, and every ounce of offense is going to run through him, but he should be touching the ball 99.9% of the time. I mean, How often have you ever seen an offense where the star player or the best player just didn't touch the ball? Right? Like, when do you ever see LeBron not touch the basketball at least once during the offense? I'm not saying it never happens, never ever, but it is incredibly rare. Again, Anthony Davis, 99.99% of the time, should be touching the basketball. If you come down and you have 10 possessions, Anthony Davis should be touching the basketball in at least 9 of them. Right now, if somebody is just in fuego and they just shooting the lights out and absolutely dominating, then yeah, you want to feed the hot hand, right? You kind of want to get sets. If D'Angelo Russell's having one of those games where he's like 9 of 10 from 3, yeah, keep feeding him the basketball, right? There are obviously outliers, but more times than not, your best player should be touching the basketball. And so I believe JJ Redick is going to run actual sets, going to call actual plays, right? I mean, JJ Redick talked about it heavily, that the Lakers were at their best, and kind of even threw shade at Darvin Ham. Lakers were at their best when they were actually running plays, when they were actually running sets. And it wasn't just LeBron James heavy on ball and everyone else just standing around. Or Anthony Davis on the block and he's just dominating the basketball and everyone else is just standing around. No, there needs to be movement. Anthony Davis is an excellent passer. I mean, he's not like Jokic level, but he's still a very good passer. He can make some plays. He's dropped some dimes before, right? So, again, there's nothing wrong with him kind of being the initiator, right? He comes up, free throw line, boom. The initiator comes, drops the ball down to him, and then he's getting the play rolling. He can react and decide and make his decisions, right? Got shooters around him. You got LeBron. You got all those things, right? It's okay to run your offense through Anthony Davis. Again, the guy can do everything. Guy can shoot, pass, take guys, beat guys off the dribble, bully ball his way to the basket. I mean, again, let Anthony Davis be the guy. This is supposed to be his team, right? He's supposed to be the number one option, right? LeBron James passed the torch, and LeBron has talked heavily about how this is Anthony Davis' team, Anthony Davis this, Anthony Davis. Okay, well, at some point, you need to give him the basketball. At some point, you need to run the offense through him, and especially when he's killing it, right? If he's struggling and he's having a bad game, and he's, he's like 8 of 24 or something like that, then yeah, probably stop letting him shoot. Hey, you don't got it tonight, play some defense, right? Rebound the basketball, play some defense. But that's a rare outlier. More times than not, he should be averaging damn near 30 a game. He should. Anthony Davis should absolutely be, if not 30, pretty darn close, right? Like, unquestionably. He averaged 25 and 13 last season, right? It's not crazy to think he can't average 5 more points if he's more of a focal point. And that was usually through 3 quarters. So, I mean, more times than not, he averaged 25 a game through 3 quarters, basically. Right? This is a guy that has had years where he's averaged 28. Right? Like, I don't think it's far-fetched to think that Anthony Davis can average 28 to 30 points a game next season if JJ Redick actually makes him a focal point. If JJ Redick actually puts the ball in his hands and actually utilizes him in the fourth quarter when the games are most crucial. If I'm opposing defense and I don't have to worry about your star player because I know he's not going to get the basketball, you're giving me a huge advantage. Huge advantage. If I know Anthony Davis is never going to touch the basketball, I don't need to worry about doubling him. I don't need to worry about, positioning the defense to slow him down and stop him. I don't need to worry about him drawing the attention and kicking it out because you're not going to give him the basketball. Right? Like, you handicap yourself when you do silly things like that. And I'm tired of seeing them do silly things like that. So to me, it's time to actually properly run through Anthony Davis. And I believe that JJ Redick is going to do that very thing. I think JJ Redick is really going to help Anthony Davis and kind of just, again, take him up a notch. I mean, Anthony Davis is unbelievable. You're not going to make him that much better, but I do think he can go from, 25 a game to, 28 to 30 minimum. I think I wouldn't be shocked if he's playing at an MVP level next season. Genuinely. Like, legit MVP level. Giving you 30 points, 13 rebounds, 2 blocks, whatever, right? I absolutely believe that that's probably going to be Anthony Davis next season. Will he actually win the MVP? Anthony Davis has been the best defensive player for the last, 12 years or whatever it's been. And yet he has 0 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Make that make sense. But anyway, again, how do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. Because as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.